So I've done a few of these capacity tests. They go something like this. How long will a power station run a device? And a lot of people said, well, do a refrigerator. So that's what I'm going to do today, is a refrigerator. But before I begin, I have a full-size refrigerator, but my wife would not let me use it on this test because it's full of our food. So I'm going to use a refrigerator that we're not currently using for this test. So I'm going to see how long this will run this. So I have a small dorm-style refrigerator and a 2500 watt-hour DIY power station. So here are the numbers. Now those are the actual numbers. So we're going to do real life, see how close real life comes to these numbers. Will this run for 24 hours? Will it run for 2 days? How long will it run it? And then that'll answer, what you need. So then you can use this information to build out your system, knowing that the batteries will run it for this amount of time. So here we go, let's see what we get. So my power station is fully charged, and now I'm going to plug in my refrigerator. I'm going to use my kilowatt here to track how much wattage it uses, how much energy it uses, how much everything it uses. This will also give me an accurate record of how long it runs. So let's plug it in. Turn the inverter on. We should be rocking and rolling. I'm going to check my Bluetooth real quick, and I've got a little bit of juice coming out. The voltage has dropped because there is a load on it, and that's it. We're off and running. Let's see what we can see what this says. So this says 57, and then it should stay probably right around here most of the test. The workshop it's in is warm, so it may have to run a little bit more than normal because it's in a warmer building. But let's see how long it lasts. Basic math will tell us that 2500 watt hours divided by the average usage of the unit, this thing should run for at least 24 hours. But we'll see how efficient the battery is, how much other overhead we have, how much the compressor runs. Let's get a real life test, and we'll see how long this 2500 watt hour portable power station will run this small dorm size refrigerator. Check back. So it's the next day, so let's check in on our project here, and you can see the kilowatt is putting out 0, and the battery is just putting out minimum just a handful of watts, and that's just the overhead of the system, as in the inverter inefficiency. I have a cooling fan in here, it's very little. And let's go up to the fridge, and it's cold in there. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the thermometer from the building, and you can see it's warm in the building. It's 83 degrees in here. I'm going to put that in there just so you can see that it is cold, but I can feel the cold. It's refrigerator cold in there. So that's next day update, and easily going to run this maybe even another full day. All right, I'll check in a little bit later. I've been really surprised at the lack of electrical and how long this has lasted, because you can see down here on the kilowatt, again, there's nothing coming out and just minimal electrical just for the overhead of the power station. And this thing has not used a lot of electricity. Here we are day 3, and we're still at over 40% capacity, so this thing could easily last another day at this rate. It's using 8-9 watts, so 8-9 watts into 2500 watt hours, that's a lot of time. So I'll check back, but this is showing that this power station will run a small dorm style refrigerator a very, very long time. Well, here we are, day 4, and I was hoping I could catch this. I did a screen capture showing that it was actually outputting some energy, but I missed it, so now it's back to the 8 watts of just overhead. But day 4, and it's still going, and we still have some capacity left. Probably get all the way through today. It's had no trouble running this dorm size fridge for pushing 4 days now. So we should be able to wrap this up in a few hours, maybe later today. We'll give you a grand total, but it's clear that you can run a refrigerator off-grid for a very long time. Check back in a few. So I still have some capacity left in my homemade power station, but I'm going to stop this test because I don't want it to run down anymore. So I've already unplugged everything. What I learned from this is two things that are pretty much the same thing. First, the first one surprised me, and that is these dorm-sized fridges take considerably less electricity than they say online. Online it said this, and I never used more than 60, maybe 70 watts ever, and most of the time it was nothing. So they used considerably less energy than I anticipated they would. So that was surprising. The next thing, which is related to that and kind of obvious, is that you can run this thing indefinitely on a system even smaller than what my portable power station was. So if you had a standard 12 volt 100 amp hour battery and a 100 watt solar panel, you could run this dorm size fridge pretty much forever on an off-grid situation. So that's it for me. Not the most exciting test I've ever done. If anyone has any questions or comments, please leave them below. As always, like, share, subscribe. And that's it for me. I'll talk to you guys later.